Hey, it's me RJB and I'm back for another video, and today we've got Hamburgersasu against KIMKISSAN. KIMKISSAN is here on the name 11121314151617 and Hamburgersasu of course on the usual name. And I put up a small little box for notes, and this game there's only one note, and that is their APM and EAPM, just to showcase and highlight what kind of players you are looking at for this match. We all know Hamburgersasu is an amazingly fast player, so I didn't really need any showing off. But KIMKISSAN, I think, is one of the most underappreciated top-level Korean players, and this really showcases just how insane of a player he actually is and can be. So let's get into the match itself. We've got Hamburgersasu here on the teal Zerg. On the red Terran, we've got KIMKISSAN. Now, small little note about this replay in particular. I have seen this replay before, so I know what's going to happen. But still, I'm going to be absolutely amazed because this is one of the best replays I've ever seen, and you will love this replay, I'm sure. Now, this replay has been casted by Falcon Paladin before in the past, but I thought that maybe it is time to recast some of the old replays that have been casted, just for the new audiences, and maybe just for the people who would like to see a fresh perspective of this replay casted by me, because I have not yet casted this replay. So that might be fun to watch and see. Got KIMKISSAN here starting off with the usual stuff. Also, I'm going to keep on the background music for now, although I'm not too sure if that will be a great choice. I just thought it might be fun to have some background music in the mix. A little bit less game sound here. A little bit less music sound. It's right there. I think this is the right amount of music. I hope it's not too much. I hope it's not too little. Just thought it might be fun to have some of that techno background in techno background music for a sci-fi game. So I thought, just throw it in, test the waters. If you guys hate it, let me know in the comments. If you guys don't mind it, let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate some feedback on specifically the music choice, or whether I should just go back to the actual game music. So he starts off with two barracks and a refinery. That's going to be a very early academy. He's opting for fire bats or something like that. We've got Hamburgersasu here starting with two hatcheries into a pool. He's getting scouted now. He's going to scout his opponent soon as well, although he hasn't sent out anything to scout yet. He knows his opponent is Terran, doesn't know where he is located, but he can see the Marines coming from the left, not from the right, so that of course eliminates the entire right side and the top side of the map. Means only the left side of the map is where KIMKISSAN can be located. KIMKISSAN starting off there with a bunker in a choke. Starts off with a bunker in the choke. He's going for a cheeky contain on Hamburgersasu. And Hamburgersasu here is going for... that's sunken. That's Zergling speed. I hope he's going for burrow. I've seen him go for burrow in the past, and he is somehow able to really pull off some amazingly smart, but also very impressive micro Zerg strategies that you wouldn't expect to see from anyone else. KIMKISSAN still on only two barracks. His academy almost finished there. Zerglings are spawning. Zerglings are looking to move out, but they see a depot there, so that's a small, some sort of a wall, but not a complete wall. Gets the other SCV there though, so now it's going to take longer for this wall to finish, and it's going to make a lot of Zerglings before this wall actually becomes a fully functioning, strong defensive wall. It's not able to go in yet though, because the bunker, I think, has some Marines in there. He's waiting for minerals to block this off, or maybe he's not going to block it off. Maybe he's just going to keep it open entirely, although I'm not sure if I agree. He puts a Terran factory in front of the bunker, so access to the bunker is now becoming harder and harder. We've got more Zerglings on the way from Hamburgersasu, and he's also getting burrow research. Right there, almost finished up. He's gonna do some fun stuff, I'm sure. KIMKISSAN might not be prepared for this. He does have Stim upgrade there on the way. Fire bats are not yet there. Oh, he goes in before the fire bats or anything else arrives. Perfect timing here from Hamburgersasu to go in on the bunker. That's a lot of Zerglings coming in here, son. He's just running everything over, and KIMKISSAN there really miscalculated his ability to keep Hamburgersasu contained in the face of so many Zerglings. I'm sure he was not expecting this from Hamburgersasu, and now he's forced to defend really quick. He's got pretty much no units left in his base. He's got 4 fire bats, 2 medics. He's building another factory there in the back and a bunker there as well to protect himself, but there's so much wide open space here that these fire bats might not be enough. He's going to have to keep them inside the bunker unless he wants to lose them and lose the game as well. Zerglings coming in on the right side, looking for an opening on the top side as well by distracting on the bottom side there. And he's got burrows. He's going to burrow these Zerglings up. Burrowed. Zerglings are on the scene, now running away, going back and forth in 2 different locations. Going back and forth, looking for things to kill. But the splash damage from fire bats forces Zerglings to unburrow. So those Zerglings there that were burrowed are no longer burrowed, and they all died. And now this on the top side here is still dancing back and forth, looking for an opening, looking for something to kill. Will he get something done? For now, though, he's mostly just slowed down KIMKISSAN tremendously. But the burrowed Zerglings are really, really cute. Like, it keeps KIMKISSAN on his toes because he can not move out. And because he only has 2 barracks, his bio count is very, very low. Goes in once again, goes for the machine shop, but burrows the Zerglings. Smart move there. On the top side, still dancing. In the base, he's going for a Spire? He's going for Mutalisks right after the Zergling harass here. Killed an SCV there as well. Now going on the top side, looking for something to kill once again. Zerglings are gonna get attacked. No, he doesn't have any detection. So there he goes for another SCV there. Kills the SCV, trying to get this SCV as well. And he gets it as... No, it's trying to get out of there. It doesn't get out of there. It goes down there in the end. After all, regardless of his efforts, the scan there almost finished up. So Starport there continues its construction. Got Spire almost finished there in the base. He's waiting for these Zerglings to be detectable by the scan so he can finish them off. He's on the chase here, scouting the base there with the SCV. Just a little bit more time. He's got Siege Mode there on the way, Siege Tank also on the way, and that's another engineering bay for turrets because he is probably expecting lurkers. I'm not too sure. He did go for 2 starports here. I'm not sure why he went for 2 starports, if he's trying to go for raids over very quick vessels. Looks like it's very quick science vessels. He is for sure expecting lurkers. But it is instead... Well, we've got Mutalisks on the way. Now, vessels are pretty good against Mutalisks as well, because they can irradiate the Mutalisks and force them to split up or die, and that's of course not what Hamburgersasu wants here. Still hasn't bothered scanning those Zerglings. He's just ignoring them, keeping them, forcing them to stay burrowed by keeping his Firebat and his Marines right next to it. He's saving his scan for lurkers, but lurkers aren't gonna come. So he uses the turret instead, but now we've got Marines here, Mutalisks on the way here. He's got a total of 9 already. That's about 9 times 9, because they deal 9 damage with a single attack. That's 81 damage per shot. This is gonna kill a lot of Marines if he gets the micro in, if he finds the openings in KIMKISSAN's defenses. Oh, this is a little greedy there, though. Loses one of his Mutalisks there without even fighting back. Now forced to retreat for now. Very quickly gonna turn the game sound a little bit higher. Just a little bit higher right there. So now we've got a little bit more of the game sound in the background. He's dancing back and forth there on the side. Finds a turret there, unprotected by any Marines. Marines are arriving on the scene there, though. So he's forced to go into the base, kills 1 SCV, kills 1 turret, kills 2 more SCVs there in the back as well. Now forced to run away all the way to the top side here. With 5 straight up, kills SCV number 3, number 4, number 5. That's a beautiful run-in from Hamburgersasu, but it does cost him a single Mutalisk. But now we've got lurkers on the way. No, not lurkers, we've got regular Hydralisks with range and speed on the way. Still dancing back and forth through in the base, trying to kill the tanks before the Mutalisks arrive, so he has somewhat of an easier time for the Hydras that are about to arrive on location. KIMKISSAN has no idea these Hydralisks are here. He isn't prepared for it at all. He's got about 12 Marines, maybe 14, and 2 tanks, of which 1 is damaged. He can repair it, of course, with the SCV, but he hasn't started repairing it. Well, there he is. He's gonna kill it there, though. He's still dancing there back and... No, he kills the SCV instead, but there's 2 Valkyries there ready to take care of the Mutalisks. But this tech switch into Hydralisk is going to be absolutely genius. Comes in from the top side, in the front there, attacks head-on into KIMKISSAN's army. KIMKISSAN didn't expect this, his tanks are unsieged. Now Hydras and Mulis are on the chase, running away, close to the turrets where the Mulis cannot fight. Valkyries gonna take care of the Mulis though, but the Valkyries are also facing Hydralisk damage. All the Mulis are dead there though, but now we've got the Hydralisk there running amok inside of KIMKISSAN's base, getting closer, deeper and deeper. But there's a tank there in the back, protected quite well by these structures. He's trying to get much damage done as he can by killing all the Marines, but he is unable to finish them all off. Now he's forced to retreat there to the top side where the tank cannot reach. This is beautifully played from Hamburgersasu. This is top level Zerg. This is Zerg like you've never ever seen before. Hydra's there though, forced to retreat in the end, because they are not that amazing against Marines with level 1 weapon upgrade, range upgrade, and stim upgrade, and medics to heal them up. Tank has moved and relocated, ready to protect his top side here, but he still finds just the right distance to still attack this depot and that bunker here on the top side. Now also sending Hydralisk there to the bottom side of the base, but there's also a tank here, but this should be unprotected, this little portion right there. So if he can find his way onto those depots, he can still deal damage. KIMKISSAN there though, defending himself really well on the top side, but now also has the bottom side protected at the moment. So even though Hamburgersasu went for a really good Hydra switch, KIMKISSAN is managing to hold out. He's managing to stay in there and prevent as much damage as he can. Hydralisk this time around though, taking care of the Marines. Marines are going down quick, but the last couple of Marines are getting healed by the medics so quick that the Hydralisk are not killing them at all. Look at them, they're just staying alive forever and ever and ever. And those 3 Marines are definitely the heroes of this match, because they prevented damage that could have been really dangerous, because more Hydras are on the way, and the Lurker aspect also waiting here in the base, and he's got a hive already. Evo Chamber on the way for upgrades, more Hydras here arriving on the scene, ready to fight. 2 tanks and 3 medics, 2 Marines. The Valkyrie is just hanging there to maybe tank some of the shots in case it's hanging all the way in the front, which would take some damage away from the tanks in the back. Bunker there in the front to protect, to seal off that entrance, but we have Lurker aspect almost finished. We got the fighter mount already on the way. Hamburgersasu only on 23 drones in total, and putting his drones back to mining gas. There's a lot less income coming in for his minerals, but he's got enough minerals for now. He's mostly just focusing on keeping up the pressure and going for a follow-up attack to keep KIMKISSAN from rebuilding, recovering, and becoming too big for him to handle. He's adding on 4 more factories in total there. There's an armor here also already finished. Adding on 1 more armor here on the side as well for double mech upgrades. He's filling out his gas and refineries. He's just overall getting bigger and bigger with his 60 STV worker count against a 27 from Hamburgersasu, who is now adding on 1 more hatchery. He got scanned as well, so KIMKISSAN has seen everything there is. He saw the front, saw the lurkers, he saw the base, saw all the tech. He knows what is coming, and he can prepare himself for the attack. But instead, he's going on the attack himself. But now the vessels are running away from Scorches. Lurkers there hitting the Marines because the vessels flew away a little bit too far. And Burrows now goes in for the attack, goes in for the surround. Burrows up next to the tanks. Tanks are getting attacked by Hydras, Zerglings, and Lurkers alike. And this exchange went very, very bad for KIMKISSAN, who's now forced back into his base. He has 2 tanks there, 3 tanks there in total in the back of his base. And Hamburgersasu decides against going in. He wants to rebuild his master in the front a little bit bigger and wait for more Zerglings and Hydras to arrive. And he wants to wait for the Defilers to arrive on the scene as well, because he really needs that Dark Swarm to break into KIMKISSAN's base, who currently has only 2 factories with a machine shop, so he doesn't have a lot of tanks, but he really needs more tanks. He's building Goliaths here as well, but the Goliaths won't be all that awesome against a Dark Swarm, because they cannot damage under a Dark Swarm. Tanks, on the other hand, can, but he only has 4 of them, 5 of them, and 2 more are on the way. He's got level 1 upgrade there on the way as well, level 1 armor 2. Comes in from the front. Dark Swarm is a little bit late. Radiates to the Defiler, but it will get the Dark Swarm up here in the front just in time. Maybe he will get a second one. Gets a second one as well, so he gets 2 on a radiated Defiler and manages to completely take control of the front. KIMKISSAN is retreating. He lost the tanks in the front though. Well, this one is still alive, but it will go down very soon. More units are arriving on the scene very soon as well. 2 more lurkers there just outside of range. But these 5 in the front are doing a great job controlling that frontal portion. We've got 1 more Defiler on the way there from the base all the way to the front. There's another one here already on the scene. Burrows, goes a little bit further, goes a little bit deeper, gets another Dark Swarm up there in the front, kills the Defiler there with a great move from KIMKISSAN that might potentially save his life. That's a great little snipe there from KIMKISSAN, preventing the Defiler from, you know, getting more energy, getting more Dark Swarms off inside of KIMKISSAN's base, which might have just meant the end for him. There's one Defiler here in the front, but he doesn't have energy. Zerglings are arriving there, though, to get energy on the Defiler. But these Dark Swarms are going to end soon, so he's going to have to be very, very quick. Comes in the front. He's going to try to get on top here. He's going to try to extend the Dark Swarm timer. Can he do it, though? That's the question. Can he do it? Comes in with the Zerglings. Burrows, moves forward. Gets another Dark Swarm down there on the farmer in between the bunker and the factory. Burrows up. Now he's going to start killing the top side here, and then he's going to move closer to SCVs. It's a matter of time, but he's executing this build order absolutely perfectly. This is a beautiful sight to behold. Gets in deeper. He's got complete control in the middle of KIMKISSAN's base. There's a large threat here in the base, and KIMKISSAN is having a lot of trouble dealing with it. The fighter there, though, still has some energy left. He's morphing. Oh, the 2X go down instantly. Moves forward. The tank. Oh, the fighter almost dies. If you can kill the Defiler, this attack is prevented. But he goes in, gets another Dark Swarm there right next to the command center, next to the SCVs. The SCVs are running away to safety. He killed a bunch of them already. 12 kills there on that Lurker, 2 on the other one. The Radiates now are saving and killing some of the Lurkers here. Dark Swarm there ends. This one, the Defiler, has no more energy left. And KIMKISSAN is just suffering tremendously from these last 2 Lurkers there, attacking the SCV line and making life very, very difficult. KIMKISSAN, though, luckily had about 4,000 minerals in the bank, so he's still building units, still building a base, still progressing, but he's losing SCVs quick. And now forced to relocate his SCVs as well, because Hamburgersasu moved them a little bit closer to where the SCVs were standing, outside the range of the Lurkers when they went there. Here he was forced to move, and he killed another 10 of them. So we're down from about 70 SCVs all the way down to 34, and the game is now completely in favor of Hamburgersasu, now on 64 drones, and he's building his base out as well. So only on 4 extractors there, though, in the back, but he should be fine. This looks like a really, really good progression for Hamburgersasu, although he is about 70 supply behind on KIMKISSAN, who has a lot of vessels. Although he's going to sacrifice some of his vessels now to try and get a radiate on those drones, but I do think Hamburgersasu has Burrow finished. So the 2 vessels coming in there, how many kills is he going to get? There's 1 radiate, 2 radiates. The Burrow comes in just in time, so that's going to be 2 kills. Only 2, maybe even only 1. Scorchers come in to finish off the vessels. Beautifully executed there by Hamburgersasu. Not a single mistake was made. The control was so far superb from Hamburgersasu. Tanks there, all tanks and Goliaths getting loaded up into dropships. Perhaps he's going to try to get control over the hills here inside of Hamburgersasu's base, or just on the edges of Hamburgersasu's base, and set himself up for a future push. His SCV count is also recovering quite fast because he's got 4 command centers there in total. And I thought I turned off those messages. Alright, I will no longer receive friend whispers or notifications. So he hasn't really managed to rebuild his base due to all of his minerals going into SCVs there to recover, pairing stuff, building more refineries, but he still had that large army that he can still use to go for the attack. A couple of the fighters there in the front goes down there though. He gets the... No, doesn't get the... All of the fighters in the front are going down. Hamburgersasu there slow to response, but he manages to get the Dark Swarm out just in time before the other 3 fighters there go down. KIMKISSAN now being very aggressive there with his tanks, moving and rolling them into the base, trying to get something done. But this might have been a big mistake here, because he's taking a lot of damage on the tanks, and the tanks are separated from the other half. He's going in with the other side as well, trying to completely ignore the Dark Swarms there in the front. He moves in. Tanks here are fighting on Zerglings. Tanks here and Goliath are getting zoned away by Lurkers, but he's trying to wriggle his way in there. But this might not be the wisest choice because he's so low on minerals at the moment. And if he throws away this army, it opens up for Hamburgersasu to go for the counterattack. But he goes in, he rolls in, he gets closer to the drones. He's scanning. He got almost no drones whatsoever. He tried to go for the drone kills there. Oh wait, no, he got about 22 kills there on this one in total. So he did get something. He did get a lot of kills there with tank. So I don't think he got 22 tank drone kills, but I think he did get at least 12 or so. Maybe even, let's say 8. 12. let's say 16. Maybe he got 16 in total, so that was a pretty good roll-in. But it wasn't good enough. He lost 10 tanks, 10 Goliaths. That's a very expensive drive-in. And that drive-in might not be what he needed. Because now Hamburgersasu has gained complete control over his entrance. Whereas KIMKISSAN could have set up those tanks up on the hill and made getting control over the entrance really difficult for Hamburgersasu. But instead he threw those units away, and now Hamburgersasu is solidifying his defenses, solidifying his economy, and building his base. Which KIMKISSAN is also doing. He's also finishing up his base because now he has enough money coming in, enough gas coming in. He has recovered from that assault and from all that abuse that he's been under this entire game so far. And here the dropships are moving out, ready to put some units up on the high ground. Although they're empty at the moment. He's gonna have to pick up some units there. He's already put some tanks up here. But of course they cannot kill the lurkers under the rock swarm. But he can try to go for the filers like he does right here with the radiate. He burrowed it. No, not sure why. We guess another Dark Swarm off just in time there before the other one expires and before the fighter itself dies. So tanks landing up on the hill. Drones looking to do something there, maybe on the minerals, maybe building stuff. He's got an 85 drones now in total. He's pretty rich. He's only going to get richer. He's preparing queens, and queens being prepared usually means one thing. Goes for the immediate attack there for the tanks up on the hill. Goliaths been able to protect the tanks on the hill because they're too far away. Although now they're arriving on the scene and clearing up the Muletists. Tanks up on the low ground as well, ready to take down the Filer's Mount. Slowly but surely getting results. So now Zerkins coming in to save the day, prevent that Filer Mount from going down. The Filer Mount stays alive. More Muletists are spawning. I think he's got about 2 or 3 groups in total in production. Well, this is about, I think it's about 24. He's got 12 more on the way, so 36. Then we've got 2 queens. I'm not going to spoil what he's going to do yet, but I think some of you watchers already know what's up in the works. What he's preparing is going to be beautiful. That's for sure. So yeah, cannot break through. The Defiler Swarm in the front is just too strong, and he still has 2 more Defilers already there to go for, well, 4 of them ready to go for more swarms to prevent KIMKISSAN from getting in there. And there he goes, flies off with his 3 groups of Muletists ready to go for the command centers there, and the command centers there in the back are completely unprotected by anything whatsoever. So Hamburgersasu accelerating straight into finisher move. Into finisher move. There it gets on top of the command center, cannot get repaired, goes down to the queen. Now infested command center there on the scene. Immediately queues up a bunch of those infested Terrans. Goes for command center number 2 there as well, gets it. Now it's time for number 3 and number 4. There's number 4, goes down as well, although it just stays alive. And there's number 4 there, 4 command centers there, completely infested, and all the SCVs going down there as well. I think they all died to the infested Terran, or maybe just died to the Muletists. The Muletists in the end though do get taken down, but this game is now looking as bad as it can be for KIMKISSAN. He's got no command centers left, and he's only got 11. Yeah, only got 11 SCVs, and now he's flying those command centers away from the base, trying to save them for future shenanigans. And yeah, that just went terrible for KIMKISSAN. He played the first half really well, but he was always on the back foot. He was always being pushed around by Hamburgersasu, always forced to defend. Something which we don't often see in a Zerg versus Terran matchup. Usually it is a Terran absolutely dominating, but this time around Hamburgersasu shows one of the most beautiful Zerg versus Terran games that we've ever seen, or at least that I've ever seen. Yeah, moves into the base, tries to kill some Defilers, moves his units past the Lurkers there, but once again, that's very greedy, takes a lot of damage on his units there. That's a lot of low HP tanks, and all Hamburgersasu has to do is relocate a little bit closer, throw a Dark Swarm, and burrow up right next to them, get a Plague gun there, and KIMKISSAN leaves the game, calls the GG. And that is a 23-minute and 32-second win there for Hamburgersasu in a epic Zerg versus Terran, which displayed a whole range of variety of different strategies and attacks that you can employ given you have the skills, because this is really, really difficult stuff as it's Zerg to pull off. It's just insanely difficult to do. What Hamburgersasu did here is of the highest levels of Zerg versus Terran, and most of the times this completely fails. But he made it work somehow. Somehow he found all the right timings, all the right windows, all the right little tiny little things to abuse and kill and make this strategy work somehow. And all he had to do was hit the beats, hit the landmarks, and hit the timings, and execute his opponent with an amazing masterclass of you can also play Zerg like this, which he did. He showed us a beautiful game. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me and listening to the background music. I hope you didn't mind. I really hope you enjoyed this game because I really, really, absolutely love this replay. This is the replay that this is like the prime Zerg versus Terran replay, in my opinion. It's like one of the best. I've said it like 50 times already, so I hope you don't mind that I'm saying it again and again and again and again and again. This is just a great watching experience. So leave a comment, as I said before. Give me some feedback on the music, give me some feedback on the game or your opinion on the game. I'm going to cast another game between these two tomorrow, because honestly I've fallen in love with every single match that KIMKISSAN and Hamburgersasu play against each other, because they are honestly super duper amazing. Honestly, they are super duper amazing. These two players have some of the most fun matches, some of the most amazing matches with a lot of unconventional stuff. So prepare yourself for tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to have an amazing match. I hope that I don't ruin it in advance by saying it's going to be amazing and it turns out to be absolutely garbage. But I do hope you will be there with me tomorrow to watch the second game, although it's from a completely different day, but just a second game between these two players. Thanks for watching, goodbye, and have a great day.